the name of that helicopter out of Fontana. I haven't seen any other helicopters overhead providing their assistance, but now we're trending. We'll see if we're going to be getting back on the freeway here. We're paralleling the 10 freeway, headed eastbound, just going through every stop sign, high speeds. Really saw some crazy maneuvers there back in Rosemead. And, you know, unfortunately, sometimes, a lot of times this is what we see as the police try to bring this to an end with a pit maneuver. These suspects get really agitated, and they start driving really crazy. And you know, at one point, we just wonder how much longer this can go on.
Well, Fontana looks like they want to bring it to an end. I mean, just the fact that they have really been sticking with this vehicle and attempting pit maneuvers, are certainly making this driver think that, yeah, we're going to do this, even though it's usually like 30 miles per hour. They don't like you to do a pit maneuver over that speed, but they are not backing up and really not letting up, even though you said they do have eyes from the air. They are right on this vehicle. And this guy, at one point, we saw him waving or showing that he was agitated. He had his arm out of the window. Here we go, Desmond.
Oh, yeah.
Is they trying it again?
See it again. Yeah. Yeah, it sure looked like it. And every time that they try, we see this guy smash on the gas pedal and get out of it, and really, you know, endangering a lot of people at this point. Oh, getting into a parking lot here. Looks like a gas station parking lot, and getting right back through it. And I believe that was whoa! Really near collision there with that officer. There goes the bumper. The bumper's finally had enough. That bumper put up a heck of a fight there, but that bumper finally said, "I've had enough," and fell off. So at least we don't have to worry about that, you know, endangering anybody on any of the roadways there. There was no traffic, so now he's free of the bumper. I don't know that was really affecting the way that he was maneuvering. We saw him zigging and zagging all over the place. This car is actually maybe a little bit more maneuverable than I would have given it credit for. Don't know too much about the Kia Soul, but one of the lower profile SUVs. You know, if it was one of the taller ones, I might have had some trouble, you know, on some of the turns that we saw earlier as fast as this guy was going. But this Soul is really, so far, you know, doing unfortunately a really good job of evading the authorities. And you can still see something hanging out there, maybe part of the bumper that got separated there. And it makes me wonder, Pat, just based on what we've been seeing of Fontana looking like they're trying to do a pit maneuver, if that was what caused that bumper to get ripped off, was some kind of a pit earlier in the pursuit.
That's right. Certainly could have been. And I think you may have mentioned this, Desmond, but I just want to reiterate that, he's got the windshield wipers going. Pardon me, but possibly he called 911 and said that he had been on the run for a while. So I'm sure officers are knowing they're not dealing with the usual pursuit suspect here. And I don't know if that really means anything, the usual pursuit suspect, but I don't know if I've heard of anybody calling 911 and say, hey, I'm out here and I've been out here for a while. Now he seems to be driving, he's slowing down, but we've seen him stop before.
Well, the watch commander said, you know, back off, you know, stand down on the pit maneuver. Very, very possible
Desmond,
that happened when they saw how dangerous that got.
Desmond, I don't mean to interrupt you, but if I'm not mistaken, I thought I saw a guy running with a flag.
He did. He had a Green Bay Packers flag there, Pat. My favorite football team, go Pack. And this is what happens as some of these, you know, go on and they're watching our chase coverage. They want to come out and see themselves on TV, or maybe, you know, make an advertisement. Of course, a lot of folks get excited for football coming back here in just about a month or so. So obviously,
I like how you're
fan.
I like how you're narrating this, Desmond. Yeah, I don't know. He's waiting for the touchdown, but I just wanted to make sure that my eyes weren't seeing things. So okay, the guy with the Green Bay Packers.
I saw it. Yeah, and at least he stayed up on the sidewalk and didn't get, you know, too involved like some of these spectators we see just get way too close to the police activity going on. So and you know, the longer this drags on, and if he just continues on slow speeds in these neighborhoods, we're likely to see more antics like that.
And more people know about what's going on, I'm sure, in terms of even hearing news reports possibly. But he has made, hasn't he made a loop? We've been on Valley Boulevard before, so obviously a lot of people in that neighborhood know that something is going on. And I'm sure they hear the sirens. Now, what is that
we're
on the
just
back
kinda
of this
strolling
car?
back to the east here.
Oh, I see. Okay, that's the light.
Yeah, and then might be a mud flap or some of the innards of the bumper that ripped off that are just kind of hanging on there. But still, not sure what caused that bumper to become dislodged in the first place. Just kind of based on what we were saying, I was thinking that it might have been a pit maneuver, not likely to be a spike strip. This has been on the freeway, I think, almost the entirety, so it would have been extremely difficult for the police to employ a spike strip at this point. But might have a watch commander who's watching this right now, just saying, you know what, you guys need to chill out and just let this guy go where he's going to go. And here we go.
There's someone
LA
in
County
front of him
Sheriff's
now.
deputies now.
Oh, that's
right.
sheriff?
So they may have just been privy. Yeah, these are sheriffs. So it's unclear if this officer just happens to be here, or if they're privy to everything that's going on. I'm sure, as these get into different jurisdictions, you're going to have the authorities at least tell other agencies that they're in their jurisdiction, and then you'll have for instance, maybe El Monte asking if Fontana wants help on this, and Fontana's basically seems like they don't want anybody's help on this, but they're still going to make El Monte privy to what's going on in their jurisdiction. And then you saw that deputy might have just been there by coincidence, because we saw him speed off, or not speed off, but he's just right up there.
Yeah, I see.
Ahead, so he
may not even know,
that any of
right?
this is going on. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And then we have another person here.
Are they trying to talk to this guy?
They have any idea what's going on, or kind of looks like it. It almost looks like the person on the side might be motioning to
come here.
The person inside. Yeah. So just kind of trending back to the east here on Valley Boulevard, and not sure if he's trying to avoid the traffic on the freeway, or it's just kind of dragging this out. I mean, he did call in and say he's been out for a while. Supposedly he called 911 and said that very thing. So it's anyone's guess what all is going on with this, but a stolen vehicle pursuit.
Minutes or so. I know this has been in a residential area, but it seems like there have been opportunities where there were no pedestrians, where they could just pit him again and possibly stop the vehicle. Pardon me, but if they know, maybe they know something about him.
Yeah, I mean, we had heard that this person was calling 911 and was kind of chatty with them and saying that they had been on the run for a while. That was one thing that we odd bit of cross talk that we had heard about this. So maybe he said who he is and what the deal is with this. It's also possible that whoever is in charge of this pursuit, the watch commander, if they were watching CBS when they had those pit maneuver attempts and saw how it was getting pretty dangerous there. There would look like there was a setup on the freeway. There was one right as they were getting off of the freeway. They saw him speed away, getting around traffic, and going through stop signs and nearly colliding with innocent people. And it's very possible that the watch commander just said, back down, no, cancel pit, don't try to do that. It's very possible that that's what happened. We know that this person got out of at least one pit maneuver, because that's what knocked the bumper off when that bumper was dragging for as long as it was. We did find out that there was already one pit maneuver done. Obviously, it didn't succeed. If it didn't spin him all the way around, or if they were able to get out of it and continue, whatever happened, we know that one pit maneuver was attempted. It did not succeed. But we've been stopped for quite some time now, and you see Fontana PD, well, they're opening a door, closing a door. It's kind of an awkward situation here. You got a lot of
especially
pedestrians
with people
out here.
Yeah, especially with those
you got a lot
people on the corner.
A lot of cameras. So, this is getting
You know what,
strange.
Desmond? And actually, how many times have we seen people? We have noticed, and we believe that's a disability sticker on or placard in that car. It could be a family member's car. It could be someone that this person knows. but they're very aggravated.
Very, very possible.
Desmond, you know
very
what?
Possible. We've seen. Go ahead, Pat.
I'm not sure if that's. It could be a woman.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking that myself too. Unfortunately, this is as close as we can zoom in, but at the moment, this actually does look like a woman that is behind the wheel. It seems like every time I say it's a man, it ends up being a woman, and every time I see that there's one person in the car, there ends up being multiple. But okay, they're going to pin him in right here. Okay, so now there is no escaping, and here we go. Doors are locked. Out with he just threatened to break the glass. So all of a sudden now, here we go. After kind of getting subdued, now we've got him in custody, and just like that. Yeah, so
it is a woman, isn't it, Desmond?
It is. It does. It looks like it is indeed a woman, Pat. And after everything we saw, just like that, authorities, they were obviously setting this up. They saw that she was stopped here for a really long time, and so they were able to get another officer come right in and get in front of them, and that was perfect opportunity for them to bring this to a very abrupt and safe ending.
Yeah, and I'm glad it was a safe ending as well. And Desmond, that probably explains why they took their time, and they probably had more information on this person and knew that maybe they were not, in terms of being a danger. You wonder just what could be on this person's mind. You never know, but they obviously had a lot more information. So we're going to call this a code 4, Desmond, and this has ended in the city of El Monte. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're at Main and Santa Anita, so I believe this is in El Monte proper.
All right. Well, Desmond Shaw, thank you for your